Welcome to another fly tying session by Grip. Today I've got my fishing buddy Andrew Small with me. He's going to show us how to tie a red Roman, a fly he developed quite a few years ago, and it's proven very successful on the Vaal River for yellowfish as well as some other species. I'm going to leave it all over to Andrew. He'll show you the hooks, the beads, threads, all the materials that you need to tie, how to tie it, and definitely try this fly. It's a great fly on the Vaal River.
Good day. We're using a Grip 14731 size 14, Grip standard thread 60 brown, a 2.5 or 2.4 brass, and obviously then your orange glass bead. Let's begin. Just laying down a thread foundation here so we can get back to the tail. Don't take it down too far. That should be fine there. Cut that off, remove that. Then I'll be using a strung head hackle just to get some of the tail fibers off here quickly. A lot of people I've seen tie this fly actually tie the tail too low down on the fly. I'm going to go up. Okay, tie your fibers in. Just wrap it back so you trap them correctly and nicely and neatly. Take the thread back to your starting point. I will be using a brown goose biot. Remember, the goose biot has two sides to it. You've got your concave and your convex. I'll be tying it in with concave towards me. Just get it correctly. Yeah. Tied in, take the thread back to your glass bead. Quick hackle pliers. Wrap the goose bite forward. Oh, sorry, I'll get it then. Okay, I'm just going to try that again. Okay, let's try and get that wrapped forward again. Normally we just wet the goose bite just so that it's much easier to work with. Wrap it slowly tight against each other so that those little fibers on the side of the goose bite will give you a little segments in the body, and just tie that goose bite off against the thread, the glass bead. Nip that off. Use a little bit of head cement just to secure it. What I'll do now is I'll just tie the thread off because we'll start it again in between the two beads. Tie that off, cut the thread off, use a little bit of head cement just to secure the goose biot and the thread. Now, important factor is just to remember to just push that glass bead over a little bit so you can give yourself a little bit of a gap. As you can see here, there's a slight gap between the glass bead and the brass bead. Take my thread again, start it again in between the two beads. Cut the tag end off. I'll be using Natural Fur Blends Light Hair Ear Mask dubbing. I'll use a dubbing loop method so you can get the guard hairs of the hare's mask sticking out, giving you a little bit of movement in the water. Let's put the dubbing in. Attach that, use a dubbing spinner, quickly just spin this loop quickly. This will now happen all between the two beads. Okay, then we'll do a couple of wraps, 1 or 2 wraps just between the beads to give you that little bit of a bushy effect there. Tie off your dubbing loop. Just pull all your hairs back so you don't trap them. Tie that in there. Remove the rest of your dubbing brush or your dubbing loop that you've created and used. That's off. Pull back so you don't trap any of those legs. Just a couple of wraps around in front of the dubbing. Another quick tie off. Tie off. Cut the thread. And that is your red Roman. Just open up the legs a bit, your hair, your guard hairs. Get them out a bit. A nice little bushy thing. Tail up a bit. And there you have it. Red Roman. Good yellowfish fly as a point fly. And there you have it. There's your fly. Red Roman. Quick, easy to tie and a very effective fly for yellows.